Dan Gurney, last year's record holder and winner of 5 out of 7 events, is in his own backyard. Many of his fans call it his track. But Richard Petty, driving his first race under the Ford banner, has shattered Gurney's track record. Then two veterans like A.J. Foyt, Parnelli Jones, and Mario Andretti have come for a try at the elusive checkered flag. Blue skies and a warm California sunshine provide the perfect backdrop for this race, and 50,000 race fans jam the grounds, eager to see the top names in auto racing. They're all here. NASCAR's star-studded field from the super speedways of the South, plus USAC's finest. This is Riverside International Raceway, Riverside, California. It's NASCAR's first race of the season, the Motor Trend 500. A.J. Foyt on the pole with the fastest time leads 43 thundering stockers through turn 1 in the parade lap. Now they're winding them up through turn 9, and suddenly all the power in the world splits the California air as the green flag falls, and this race is on. Foyt explodes his number 1 Ford into the lead and winds through the tricky S-turns. Leroy Yarborough is second, Petty third, Pearson fourth. It looks like the Ford proving grounds. Foyt fires into the pits, still in the lead. As Richard Petty goes out after a quick rubber change. Gurney is fourth now, pushing hard for third. Uh-oh, a little too hard in turn 9 as he slams the rear end into the hay bales. But he straightens her out, keeps running. Look out, Mario lost it. That was a close one and sent the spectators in 17 directions. But the car is okay, and Andretti heads back onto the track. As they charge into the S's, Petty puts his Ford down low in the pocket and screams past Foyt to take the lead away. Richard wants to prove he can drive a road course as well as a high-banked oval. Now Petty is wide open and flying. In fact, he's pushing that Ford so hard, he's all over the racetrack. We just received a time from the officials. Richard Petty has recorded the day's highest trap speed, an unbelievable 143.26 miles an hour. This is the fastest Motor Trend 500 in history. Petty is setting new records on every lap. Right now, he's running 5 miles an hour faster than last year's record. On the last lap, Richard blisters his electric blue number 43 Ford through turn 9 and down the straight for the checkered flag. Along with placing his name in the Riverside record books, Richard picks up a trophy and a check for $22,000, making the trip from North Carolina very worthwhile. After Riverside, the Rebels came home. They had a couple of weeks to practice, then it was time for the big one, the Daytona 500. When the green flag dropped on this one, Florida came alive with the sound of speed. On the first lap, all cars pour out of the high bank second turn and fire down that long back straightaway with Buddy Baker in the lead and Bobby Isaac second. Now the crowd goes wild as Cale Yarborough and his number 21 Mercury Cyclone makes his bid, moving from 5th to 2nd place. There he goes, down the back chute. Cale put a wheel underneath Baker, punched it, and took the lead away. Now it's Yarborough, Baker, and Isaac putting on a sensational show at over 185 miles an hour. On the 25th lap, car number 53 blows an engine and spins for 400 feet. This brings the yellow flag out for 30 laps. When the green flag snapped down for the restart, A.J. Foyt put his Ford out in front, but the company behind him is mighty fast. At 210 miles an hour down the back chute, Donnie Allison and Cale Yarborough close the gap on Foyt. Entering turn 3, Allison pulls up alongside Foyt, and in the 4th turn, he takes the lead. In a wheel-to-wheel battle, Cale and Leroy move around Foyt to fill the 2nd and 3rd holes behind Donnie Allison. Now they're flat out. Jimmy Hilton, car number 48, blew an engine, spun in the oil, and slides down the high-banked 3rd turn. And he's okay as he heads back to the pits. That 21 on Cale Yarborough's Cyclone is just a blur as he screams around the high side and tries to close up on the leader. Uh-oh, he tries a little too hard and tears the right side of the car off against the concrete retaining wall. But Cale is all right. You can watch the rest of this one from the pits. With Cale out of the race, Leroy Yarborough in car number 98 is second. Glotzbach third. Both cars are closing the gap on Allison. And he does it. Out of the 4th turn onto the tri-oval, Leroy drops down low and passes Allison to take the lead with Glotzbach right on his tail. Now it's Ford, Dodge, Ford. On the 175th lap, both Yarborough and Glotzbach come in for their last stop of the day. The time on these two pit stops could determine the winner. Cotton Owens and the crew do a sensational job getting Charlie's number 6 Dodge out of the pits in 18 seconds. Just 2 seconds ahead of Leroy Yarborough. Now Glotzbach has the lead as Leroy storms back onto the track. With only a lap and a half to go, Yarborough is moving up on Glotzbach. Both cars are flat out now at over 188 miles an hour. White flag is out. Only one more lap to go, and this Ford Dodge battle has 100,000 people on their feet. Down the long back chute, Leroy slams his foot into the happy pedal, lets it all hang out, and takes the lead. Charging Charlie won't give up and tries Leroy on the low side through the 4th turn, but he can't make it. Leroy holds him off long enough to take the checkered flag and the Daytona 500. Glotzbach was second by 1/10 of a second. Leroy Yarborough's extra effort was worth an extra $21,000, or a total of $37,125. About a month after Daytona, the Falstaff cameras moved on to North Carolina Motor Speedway in Rockingham, North Carolina. The smooth high-banked surface makes this 1-mile oval one of the fastest in the world. And the sleek stockers move out now for the start of the Carolina 500. David Pearson was the fastest qualifier and holds down the pole position. He's also moved into second place in the Falstaff national point standings behind Richard Petty, who maintains the point lead. After 2 parade laps and a standing ovation by over 70,000 race fans, the pace car pulls off and the 40-car field winds them up through the 4th turn, anticipating the green flag. There it is, and they're off. Pearson's Ford looks like it was shot out of a cannon as he takes the lead down the back chute. Donnie Allison is second with Buddy Baker third in the white Dodge Charger number 3. Baker believes in pacing himself just one way, flat out. He takes Pearson and the lead going into the 1st turn. This 1-mile track is rough on rubber. It forces Buddy Baker in for a tire change. When he comes out, Cale Yarborough's number 21 is the new leader. Baker wants this one badly as he winds that Charger up and passes Cale to regain the lead. Suddenly, Baker's Hemi let go, and he spins in the oil. That put a strong contender out of this race. After the smoke clears, number 17, David Pearson, is back in the lead with Donnie Allison, number 27, second. That was a rare sight in stock car racing. The Falstaff camera caught Richard Petty as he lost it and spun out in the 4th turn. He's been having handling problems all day. There goes another one. Roy Tyner's brand new Pepsi-Cola Pontiac just scattered nuts, bolts, and oil all over the 1st turn. On the restart, David Pearson is still in the lead, but now Cale Yarborough in number 21 has moved up to second. Look out! Number 32 loses it, coming into the first turn, spins, bounded off Allison, and goes high to the wall. This accident sends third place Donnie Allison back to the pits with a crunched fender. The rest of this one is called Daylight for David, as he takes the white flag. One more lap, and all he has to do is keep that Ford running. He's all alone as he sweeps his Torino through the fourth turn and down the front chute for the checkered flag. David Pearson wins the Carolina 500 and moves a little closer to the Grand National Championship. The Atlanta 500 is one of the highlights on the NASCAR calendar, and all of Georgia focuses on the mile-and-a-half high-bank Atlanta International Raceway. The start of this one sees Charging Charlie Glotzbach come off the pole to take the lead, followed by Bobby Allison. Two Chargers bumper to bumper, and the Dodge boys are smiling. But in just one lap, Cale Yarborough moves his Cyclone number 21 from 5th to 2nd. Now he's going for the big one. There he goes down the back chute. Cale finds a hole on the inside of Glotzbach and blasts his way through to take the lead. Number 6, Neil Castles tangles with Hank Thomas, and both cars go on a spinner in the third turn. This brings out a caution flag, and pit row comes alive. Cale Yarborough is one of the first to take advantage of the yellow, and the Wood brothers give him fuel and right side rubber. They have him out in less than 20 seconds. But on the restart, David Pearson in the number 17 Torino owns the lead. A few laps later, the number 98 Torino, driven by Leroy Yarborough, makes a quick stop for fuel. Meanwhile, on the track, David and Cale are locked up in an all-out battle for the lead. Uh-oh, it looks like Pearson has problems as Cale fires past him to take the lead away. One lap later, Pearson powers into the pits for a quick Holman Moody checkup. E.J. Tribbett in the 08 car tries a little too hard and spins out in the third turn, but he's okay. This will bring out the yellow. With the track clean, the green flag drops, and Richard Petty now holds the number 1 spot with Pearson charging through the pack. Now, out of the second turn, Pearson presses Petty. And he does it. David fires underneath Petty to regain the lead. But now, Cale Yarborough is moving up to challenge. After camping on Pearson's back bumper for 15 laps, Cale decides that now is the time and whips his number 21 Cyclone into the lead. With just a couple of laps to go, Yarborough is running away with this one. Pearson is second, Petty third, Paul Goldsmith fourth. There it is. The white flag snaps down on the boy from Timmonsville, South Carolina. One more lap, and he can go to the bank. Here he is out of the fourth turn and down the front chute for the checkered flag. It was a quick trip to victory lane for Cale Yarborough, winner of the Atlanta 500. The battle for Grand National Champion goes on between Petty and Pearson as David Pearson wins the Richmond 250. Richard Petty grabs the checkered flag for the Virginia 500. But the winner's circle at Langley Field puts David Pearson back in the point lead. About mid-season, the Rebels loaded their cars on the trailers and headed north for Yankee territory. The Motor State 500 represented a new track and a new challenge. It was a NASCAR debut at Michigan International Speedway. 38 cars are lined up for the start with Donnie Allison on the pole. Leroy Yarborough in the 98 Mercury Cyclone starts alongside. The green is down, and this race is underway. Leroy Yarborough jumps off the outside position to take the lead. A few laps later, the yellow flag comes out when car number 73, driven by Bobby Wawick, spins out on the back chute. Wawick brings his car in for a quick check, followed by half the field. Everyone takes advantage of the caution. On the restart, Donnie Allison punches his Ford number 27 into the lead, followed closely by his brother Bobby, driving a Dodge Charger number 22. Suddenly, down the front chute, it's Leroy Yarborough in that red-hot Cyclone. He finds a hole on the low side and takes the lead. Leroy may have the lead, but Cale Yarborough in car number 21 has moved into second place and is knocking on the door. Uh-oh, car number 18 just dropped a drive line right down the main straightaway. This brings out another yellow flag, and the pits go wild with action. When the green light blinks again, Paul Goldsmith is the boy to catch in the red Dodge number 99. This new track is fast and wide, and just to prove it, Cale Yarborough tries the low side of a threesome down the back chute and takes the lead away. What a race. Now they're running rebel style as Leroy Yarborough presses Cale for the lead in turn 2. And now Pearson wants to play. He pulls a beautiful slingshot off the second turn to pass Cale and Leroy and grab the number 1 spot. Hey, the pack is back. They're rubbing off the numbers. Here's the foursome: Yarborough, Pearson, Glotzbach, and Leroy. With about 25 laps to go, the Wood brothers give Cale a sign to pit. They figure this will be his last stop of the day, and that all the other leaders will pit. Richard Petty getting new left side rubber. Junior Johnson and the crew refuel Leroy Yarborough. The race is now in the pits. Back on the track, the leaders are number 17, Pearson, 21, Cale Yarborough, 43, Richard Petty, and 98, Leroy Yarborough. Down the front chute, Cale Yarborough hangs it all out, pushing that big cyclone around the outside of Pearson to grab the second spot. Now he's in hot pursuit of Leroy. As they fire those road missiles down the front chute, Cale moves up on the low side of Leroy. They kick fenders through the first turn, and Leroy almost loses it as Cale pours it on to take the lead. With all the competition behind him, Cale Yarborough scorches his number 21 through the fourth turn for the last time and under the checkered flag. The winner of the Motor State 500. David Pearson finishes second, Richard Petty third. And that's the way the Pearson-Petty battle for the championship ended.